don't just try to let it flow and let it go. Everything is going to be in a state of flux, right? The other thing I would say is that if you are aware of these changes that are going on in the solar system, you can start to actually synchronize your resonance pattern, your energy to it by intent. And that might sound very esoteric, but I think there's some validity to this. Meaning that you allow the change to happen in your body so you can adapt to the changes that are occurring in our environment. I think that this much amount of information, this much amount of energy coming at us is actually going to change our DNA structure very quickly. And we have to be aware of that and allow that to happen and go into sympathetic resonance with that. And if we resist that, there's a good chance we're going to get extremely sick.
Because you are, several generations ahead of the common person out on the street here, what efforts are you doing to kind of prepare yourself to be a messenger to larger numbers of people to assist them in this process?
Well, everybody has their own mission, I believe. Everybody is here at this time to do something very specific to assist in this change that we're going through. And for me, it's to bring a unified view of the universe and to bring a technology that will help us transition through these changes. For you and for many others, it might be completely different and supportive of each other, I'm sure. But basically, is to go into your center and to find your mission, to find what you're here to do. There is something that you're here to do, and to do it. Don't go around the pot, don't wait, don't do it. Just do it, And that's going to help the world. And commit to it. Do whatever is necessary to get it done, because there is very little time left. Go ahead.
For me, it's to make sure that the $15 million needed to complete your research is raised within the next 12 months. And I have an email list here for everybody to sign who wants to help me with that.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. And we're going to see how the application of this theory... Yeah, we're going to take a... So everybody's like wanting me to get out of the physics bubble and onto the ancient civilization bubble. There's no difference, that's right. So, I had studied many ancient civilizations for many years. I really did study it. I didn't take it, for granted. I looked into it. I found the I Ching. I found the Mayan calendars. I found many evidence. The flower of life, many different evidence of the 64 tetrahedron grid being implanted, the code being given all around the world. Okay? And it all comes out to the same thing. But I hadn't really looked at the Islamic, the ancient Jewish tradition and the Bible and all this. Amber, if you can find me my Bible. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's on the table. Great. So this infamous book, I definitely, the reason why I wouldn't look at this is that I had an aversion to it from my childhood. I had like terrible experiences with the Catholic Church, and I was really, it was like school, and I really didn't want to have to look at it. I was determined I was going to study all the other religions first, And finally, and we didn't have time to go through all this today. You know, I've given week-long seminars, and even in a week, I don't have time to go through all this stuff. Some of the people here from Reno were at my week-long seminar in Hawaii, and that was fun. You all have to come next time I do one of these.
When?
I don't know. It'll be maybe this winter sometime.
Where?
Just get on my, in Hawaii. Just get on my email list, and you can all come to Captain Cook in Hawaii where I live, and we're going to have a great time. Swim with dolphins in the morning. I don't. Because I've been staying behind the scene for many years, because I'm building technology, but actually now I'm ready to go public, and you're going to help me with that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so I've been studying ancient civilization for a while. You all have enough energy for this part? Yeah. Okay, there you go. Wow, you guys are in. All right. And so I was really kind of, trying to avoid this part, but I got into it eventually, and I went to my local church, and I actually borrowed a Bible. And, they give them away most of the time. I was studying this, and, and I was thinking, well, what is this whole thing about? And, I started to study it deeper and deeper. I was kind of stunned to find out that Newton had spent almost 20 years studying ancient Kabbalistic esoteric traditions long before he wrote anything on physics. And actually, there is a book of his memoir that is from his own writing that says that actually all of the physics that he wrote, he pulled directly from the study of the Kabbalistic traditions. That's amazing. Most people don't know that. And he actually made a whole map of the floor plan of the Temple of Solomon, because he felt like if we could understand the floor plan of the Temple of Solomon, we could understand the foundation of the universe. He was convinced that embedded in the Kabbalistic tradition and the ancient Jewish tradition, there was the key to the foundation of creation. And so he dug for many years, and he extrapolated all of his laws of physics out of them. Now, he obviously didn't understand some of the foundation of the Kabbalistic tradition, which eliminates the possibility for a closed system or for an isolated system. But in any case, I was surprised to find that. So hey, I got a Bible. One thing I knew is that from what I remembered from my education in the Catholic Church, God, according to the Catholic Church, was this old man with a beard, sitting on a throne somewhere, and with a pair of binoculars and a 2x4, and every time you screwed up, it just hit you behind the head, right? So, I was kind of terrified of that God very early in my life. And, there was a lot of things about being afraid of God and all this stuff. So when I started my research, I was kind of surprised to find that actually the throne of God in Judaic tradition is not described as an old man with a beard sitting in a throne, but actually as a throne with a tetrahedron on it. And I thought, whoa, that's different. And then, there was like 7 angels, radiating into that tetrahedron. you got to realize as well that I didn't have time to talk about that much today. Actually, today my presentation has been a little bit all over the place. But, you know, I kind of improvise every time because there's so much material. But one thing is that all the way through this investigation, it was clear to me that if you understood the structure of the vacuum, the structure of the foundation of creation, you could reproduce it in a technology which creates a resonance pattern between the geometry of space, the geometry of the structure of the vacuum, and the technology itself. And if you could create that resonance link, all of a sudden you would download a huge amount of energy from the vacuum itself. You'd build a mini black hole.